What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the video. In this one, I kind of just want to talk about some crazy Wall Street bet gains, some that definitely make you wish you made these trades as well. I mean, all of them should make you want to make these trades and kind of give you hope in what you could get, but it also could go the way you don't want it to go. So this is all just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So we're looking at Wallstreetbets, crazy gains, some that have happened within the past year. That's the date for all of these. So let me go ahead and just kind of get straight into the first one. Turning 1.5K and 125 grand in a single month is absolutely insane. 5.5K returns in a month is just like unheard of. I don't think this is sustainable with a small account. I mean, with a larger account, like let's say turning 125 grand with that much money into 5.5K% returns in a month. It's just not that doable. But this is all on Nvidia calls with a splash of coin too. So just kind of looking at the stock and just the returns. This is all from 4 months ago as well. So around February. And I'm assuming best bet is going to be either within this time frame of here, where the stocks, both Nvidia and coin, are doing pretty well, and potentially buying at this dip and selling at this little increase. So it's in this time frame. You can see that the stock price is not doing insane. But when you buy the right option with the right Greeks and the right volatility, you can see these types of returns. And so that's something that's pretty interesting in my opinion. I'm going to look more into this options and things like that. I understand options. I just kind of want to look a little bit more into how these people make so much money. So I will be dropping a future video in the near future, just more about options and how to make this type of gains. But another one, 20K to 1.2 million in a single day. This is insane on ticker FSLR. This is from about 6 months ago. You can see this is from the December 23 $150 call. So just go ahead and look at it. About 1 year on First Solar, we go back to around December. I mean, you can see the stock price doing pretty well. From December, huge increases in price, 14, 18%. So yeah, the options are going to run up multitudes more. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get a bigger glimpse on this. 1.225 million. Okay, his open gain was, you can see, he turned 20 grand into this. Like, that's actually insane. Daily gain of $1.1 million. Like, that's blows my mind, actually. But let's go ahead and look a little bit furthermore. This guy, 3K to 300 grand in a month on Robinhood. 8.1K in a month. Like, insane. Mostly from SQ, now block calls, and full ported into 75 Dell 90 strike calls. So this is from 4 months ago, also with the April calls. Here's kind of his post on Square when he turned 3 grand into 57 at first. He started doing this. Let me just show you the stock price. Okay, this is around that time for Square or Block, which is the blue. So we can see February, yeah, huge increase in price right there. And then for Dell, with the April 19th call, the stock price wasn't doing too well, but I'm assuming, he got in pretty early and probably sold the Dell calls around here. Like, that's huge returns on the stock. So keep that in mind. This was also, he made a little bit more of a post on it, turning it all into 480K. I don't see the exact proof necessarily saying he's pulling out about 50K every day. But I wanted to kind of take this as an educational little moment. Something, I knew, but it's something that I want to teach. Is just when it comes to making these trades, you don't want to just go into it because you have a gut feeling. It's all about DD and having a reason and a catalyst kind of behind why are you investing in the stock. You don't want to just invest in a stock because its valuation is low. There has to be reasons. What do you think that company has in the future that's going to impact the stock price? So when it comes to making these types of gains, you have to have that reason behind it. So talked about Kroger, grocery store. Discretionary spending better than expected in the last quarter when interest rates dropped. So that was his kind of catalyst. Small businesses picked up on business and people got on looser spending and some pricier substitutes. Therefore, Kroger calls. That was the thesis also with Square on small businesses coming back, increasing transaction volume, giving Square more revenue, better than expected returns. You kind of have to think very deep and very precise and very niche when it comes to having these ideas. Understand an industry and understand it to the fullest. Understand, is this going to be better than expected, and is that going to increase the stock price? then it's maybe a good call to buy the stock, buy an option. I'm not a financial advisor. But then a similar thesis on Dell with access to Nvidia's chips, hitting their laptop cycle this year. Same with Kroger. There has to be an underlying catalyst as to why you're investing in the stock. Don't go in and be like, oh, this looks crazy. I really hope it's going to happen. Like if you're gambling, you're going to lose. You have to have reasons. And sure, maybe he had this analysis, but maybe it didn't hit. So you have to kind of have an idea of if you have a reason of why you're buying, you have a better chance of succeeding. So you have to have that to kind of accumulate and get crazy gains. Okay, looking next, 170K to 1 million year to date on Nvidia. That's very shocking. Here's his kind of proof. Here's his realized gains, what he sold, plus 79, plus 80K, plus 79, plus 47, plus 40, plus 26, 27K. Like that's a lot of money. Open positions on a regular account, 459, 460K, up 160K in a day. And then he even threw this in his Roth IRA. These are calls. Okay, it's kind of crazy to be throwing options in your Roth IRA, in my personal opinion. But he was successful with it, so props. 58K gains. Like Nvidia is just going absolutely berserk. Like year to date, we just know the stock is absolutely going crazy. Okay, this looks like I wish I bought it, 5 years ago, but I didn't. So keep that in mind. And then Tortoise acquisition 5 months ago, up 21,000 up 250, 1.2K% in a single month. This is on the 0 day to expirations. I've heard this. I've seen this with a lot of these Reddit gains, and you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and visualize this. I kind of like to teach things visually, so let me just go ahead and show you these 0 day to expirations, what these are, and why they make really good returns, but also they're very, very volatile. So options, they have time decay, I'm not going to go over that necessarily, but, let's just say time, this is time, this is price, I'm just going to put a P for price. The option, let's just say this is the option. As the time increases, the value of the option is just going to decrease. And the reason for that being is basically because as you get closer to expiration, you have less time in the option for it to move up or to move down. So there's less probability, less chances that the option is going to give you value. So just because it's getting closer to the time it expires, you're going to give it less value. But whenever it's on this edge of expiring, so let's say right here, this is the expiration date, and you think for XYZ reason that on this Friday, that when the option expires, something's going to happen. Okay, so time decay is X'd out, and basically what you're looking at is if the stock price increases, my call is going to get a lot of demand because let's say you have the 120 call, so 120 strike, and let's say the stock moves from 118 and it goes up. For some reason, the stock had some good news, and now it's $122. Well, now you have the $120 call. People are going to want to exercise that if they can. So people are going to have a lot of demand in your $120 call. Therefore, in a single day, because the stock price moved up just today, your call is very valuable and people want that. So they're going to be snagging that up and want to buy your option. So that's basically the whole analysis on 0 days till expiration. If you liked my little analogy and explanation, please, again, subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. But that's kind of the whole basis on the 0 day to expiration. But it's also, what if you paid, let's just make an example, you paid $1,000 for that option. Okay, that'd be a very expensive option. But let's say you did, and instead of the stock going from 118 to 122, if it went to 119, I mean your options are going to expire worthless because you're still out of the money with 120 being higher than 119, so it's got to go above at least. But if it fell, worst comes to worst, this is all you can lose. So you have to realize you're going all in or all out with the 0 day to expiration for the most part. But keep that in mind. That's just the whole basis behind the 0 day to expiration. Here's another one I want to talk about. 2K to 112K in a single day. 5,000% on SPY puts. Okay? That's insane. In a single day. So we look at SPY. This was, April 4th, 2024, posted 3 months ago. So around this time. Let's go with year to date. April. So yeah, I mean, you're looking at the price decreasing 1%, decreasing, decreasing. So that's what you're looking at. And the volatility in these things, in these options, is absurd. Like, you can make crazy returns with just simply volatility, you know? Like, this is probably when he capitalized on this opportunity, just the decrease in price. But keep that in mind. And then some honorable mentions. This is insane. Your annualized returns, I don't know where this math is coming from, to be completely honest, but 31 plus 31K and plus 3,000% in a single month. I did the math because I was a little confused on it, so I just assumed, this is his kind of returns, 3,065%, and so kind of just taking a guess and getting to this return percent, he probably invested about $982 to get to that number of 31K. So very interesting that he made that much off of $982. Don't know how, but yeah, that's the returns. And then a final honorable mention. This guy had a buddy getting mugged in Morocco in Africa, and so he spotted him with $250, and his buddy decided to pay him back 9 years ago in Bitcoin. He held on to the Bitcoin, and well, guess it did him good because now his account value is $69,800 from $250 of a friend paying him back. So he did some good, spotted his buddy with some cash, and I guess it did him better. But yeah, that's huge. So I just wanted to kind of talk about some crazy Wall Street bets that I found interesting and kind of mind-blowing. But if you enjoy this type of content and different stock analysis, financial analysis, things like that, please subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. You know, my channel's brand new. I started it this week. So thank you again for stopping by my video. Leave a comment below this and that, like the video, and I will see you at the next one.